Rich TV Live and richpicksdaily.com, and we're going to have a very special live stream today. We're just prepping for the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, Setti Coscalella, who will be joining us live at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern to talk about Taat earnings. We're going to be doing an earnings call, and let's just take a look at the charts while we wait. All right. So let's go to TradingView. So not the greatest day in the market overall. Lots of selling, a lot of selling pressure around the entire markets today. And let's just take a look at Taat. All right, we're going to pull up the Taat chart, and I'm going to try to show this to you guys. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to do the 1-year charts, and I want to share this with you guys while we're live. Good morning, financial trader, financial forecaster. Good morning, early biz. You're buying? All right. And good morning, Young Killa, strong supporter of Taat. All right, we appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you guys. And financial forecaster says up to 3,500 shares. Excited to see Setti doing another video on them again tonight. Very nice, very nice. Hey, the more videos, the more eyeballs, the better, as far as I'm concerned. All right, so let's show you guys the charts while we wait for Setti to talk about the earnings. All right, so you guys can see my screen now. Let's just do this. You guys can see my screen now, and you can see Taat is currently trading at $3.51 in Canada and down 7%. And you can clearly see that Taat we've created a buy zone. And if you guys are part of our trading club, you know exactly what we're talking about. If you're not, you can join our trading club. You can learn how to find good zones to buy and sell stocks. That's what we teach in our trading club. And you can clearly see the Taat is just falling right into this circle where we've marked, where we believe those prices are lower is a very good entry. We believe that those are good buy zones. So as an investor, in my opinion, that's where you would be looking for an entry point. Obviously, it's possible it goes a little bit lower than that as well. We think that at that price or lower, that's a good entry point. I still believe that for whatever reason, Taat is seeing selling pressure around $4 and above. So every time we see Taat at $4 and above, it seems to sell. And then when we see it at $3 or lower, that's where it gets a lot of support. And that's where investors are coming in and buying the stock. You can clearly see it. We've got it marked here. The last time it got under $3, it immediately bounced up and made that run from under 3 to 5. And it seems to do that over and over and over again. I can mark up some of these zones here. Let's try to see if I can mark up some of these zones here. But you can clearly see these zones, these dips, where it comes to these zones, and that's where it gets support. So as a trader, you need to be aware of that, and you need to know, okay, what are points of support and what are points of resistance? Points of support are places where people are buying the stock. Points of resistance are places where people are selling the stock. So as an investor, you need to be aware of those zones so you can make good investing decisions. If you guys have any messages, just put it in the chat. If you guys have questions for Setti Coscalella, the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, put it in the chat. I'll do my best to ask Setti all of those questions when he joins us at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Early Biz says, hey, Rich, stock is down today, so I am buying. Hey, you know what? I always wish you the best. Always wish you guys the best when you're buying. We love the strong supporters of Taat here on Rich TV Live. and at Rich Picks Daily, where we actually have a free community for chatting and talking about companies like Taat. Go to richpicksdaily.com, go to the chat section, find the Taat group, join it absolutely free and chat. And if you do enough chatting every single month, you can actually earn rewards. And every single week, we give out free cash to members that are actively chatting in the group chats on Rich Pigs Daily. And if you're a VIP member, you can win double. VIP members also get access to our education center, where we have over 80 hours of proprietary trading information and education that we do twice a week live with our community. And we've grown it now to over 80 hours of proprietary trading information and education. And we do it every single week. We're going to be doing it later today. We do it on Thursdays, and it is really growing as we are growing as a community. All right. Financial Forecaster says, would love to know if a capital raise is in the works. Okay, I'll do my best to ask Setti. Jeffrey, thank you, Jeffrey, for being a member of our trading club. I really appreciate your support. Says, Rich, thank you for all your good picks. Hey, I appreciate you, Jeffrey. It means a lot. Thank you, my friend. Early Biz says, I would like to know when it will be in Canada. All right, well, I'll do my best to ask those questions. Hopefully I can find out some answers for you guys. Obviously, Setti doesn't like to give up his playbook. He talks about it all the time. I don't know if I'll be able to get those answers for you guys, but I'll always do my best. Amanda, the Pip Queen, says she's excited for this. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you and all your support. It means a lot. Earnings report will be discussed live with Setti at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern in literally 48 minutes or less. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you. Yes, guys, it really helps if you smash the like button so more investors in Taat know we're live and they can join us, they can ask questions, and they can see Setti Coscalella, the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, live and interactive. We know it's Monday morning. I know a lot of you guys are at work. A lot of you guys are busy. I totally appreciate the fact that you guys are here with us. This video is recorded, so if you miss it, it will be put on Rich TV Live later on for you to review. But if you would like to be a part of the live stream, we'd love to have you. And it really helps if you guys share these videos on your social media so that your friends, your followers, your family that are interested in learning about this super hyper growth stock, Taat Global Alternatives, can be aware of the fact that we will be live and interactive and they can join the chat. Thank you, Nora. I appreciate you. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot. Anthony Ray says, I just want to know when Taat will be on the NASDAQ. That is what I would like to ask Setti. Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best to ask these questions. I don't know if Setti will answer that question because he probably doesn't have the answer. If he did, he probably wouldn't tell us anyways. But because I don't feel like Taat is going to be able to just give that information to us. They probably need to put that in a press release. So I'll do my best to ask these questions. Just bear with me because I can't guarantee that he's going to answer them. And so that is where Taat is trading today, currently at 351 and down 7%. And in America, Taat symbol is TOBAF. And in Frankfurt, Germany, it's 2TP. What I like about TradingView is they actually got the price for the American side, 279. And they got the price for the German side, 242, which I really like. So this is the German side. You can see here where we're at. You can see the points of resistance, key levels of resistance, and key levels of support. That's the German side. This is the US side. So where we're at. Once again, points of resistance, where they're getting selling pressure, points of resistance, and then points of support. So as a trader, you need to be aware of all the different points of support and points of resistance, because that tells a story. Can't guarantee what's going to happen in the future, but what it does, it's telling you where people are buying and selling the stock. So hopefully you as an investor can make a good investing decision as to when you want to enter or exit a stock based on chart analysis. And I believe we do it better than anybody else on the planet. We've been doing it for a long time, and we really enjoy doing chart analysis. But we also like to understand the company, the news, and what's going on in the fundamentals of the company. The chart analysis is one way to look at a company, but we also cannot forget about the fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? Share structure, revenue, and future revenue. What is their product? What is the sales forecast for the future? These are the fundamentals that we really like to understand. What's the debt to equity ratio? What's the cash on hand? What are the assets versus their liabilities? These are the fundamentals that we really stress at Rich TV Live and at Rich Picks Daily. We will have Setti Coscalella joining us in 43 minutes or less. If you guys have any questions for me, please put in the chat. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And we are just waiting for Taat Global Alternatives CEO Setti Coscalella to join us so that we can talk about Taat Global Alternatives. All right. I've showed you guys the chart. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys their website. Now that I've shown you guys the chart, I want to show you guys some of their websites so you guys can go and review for yourself while we wait for Setti. So here's one, trytat.com. Good question from DRN. Is Taat planning on launching in more countries this quarter? Great question. And if you guys have questions, please put it in the chat. All right, by clicking enter, you verify that you're 21 years of age or older. Here we go. Okay. And this is trytat.com, where you can actually go and order a free pack of Taat. If you are in America, you can actually go and order a free pack of Taat. Pretty wild. Pretty cool. I really don't know any other companies that are just giving away free products like Taat is. And I think that's one of the reasons why they have so many customers. I mean, they're doing the right things. They've got a marketing team that's on point, and they've got a great strategy of how they're getting their product in the hands of customers. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing that. It really means a lot. And guys, yeah, feel free. You know what? I'm going to do the same. I know that Instagram is having problems today. Twitter's having, WhatsApp's having problems today. Facebook's having problems today. So there's some technical issues on some of those platforms, which could affect the amount of visibility. So unfortunately, can't share on every platform right now, but I'm going to do my best to share as much as I can. All right. Yes, DRN, just anything owned by Facebook. Yeah, Facebook's having a problem today. The stock is also going and taking a dive. So not the greatest day for them, but it is what it is. All right, let's go on to Twitter. Let's try to share the fact that we'll have Taat on with us. All right. All right, just put out a tweet. Just pin that to my profile. There we go. And like I said, if you guys want to share this, let people know that we will have Setti Coscalella, the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, joining us in 38 minutes or less. Jeffrey says, I know this is a Taat special. If you have the time, would love to hear your thoughts on the market for October. Well, I mean, I think that the markets started off really well on Friday and had a huge monster day. Clearly today, the markets are giving back a lot of those gains. I think there's a lot of reasons why. The debt ceiling in America is out of control. I mean, you can't just keep printing money forever and not have some type of a backlash. So I think that that's what we're seeing today. But I think, this market is so super choppy, has been for a while, and it just seems like day by day, there's always something. So it's good news, bad news, good news. That's just the way the market's been for over 6 months now. So it's a very interesting market. It's a market coming back from a global pandemic. It's a market trying to find its footing after governments all over the world just printing money and creating just an enormous amount of debt. So, with this debt ceiling being the topic of discussion today, you see that there's a lot of red in the market. If you want to look at a sector that's hot right now, it's oil and gas. I mean, oil and gas has been hot. It's been the hottest sector all year. And I remember when oil was negative and people were saying, oil's done. We'll never see oil again. And I was laughing and I said, well, oil ain't going to be done. And it ain't going anywhere. There's way too much money in oil for it to go anywhere. And here we are. Oil is the hottest sector in the world right now. Oil stocks are climbing up while everything's going down. Natural gas also been doing extremely well. Natural gas and oil are where the money is flowing right now. And that's where you can make money. If you're looking for a place to make money in the market right now, it's got to be in oil and gas because that's what's going up. All right. Good morning, Enrique. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the chat. We got 30 people here. Now, when we did this last time, we'd had a pretty interesting exercise. We could do it again today if you guys want. We got everybody to put in the chat how many shares of TAT they were holding. And to my surprise, we had over 1 million shares just on our live stream. That was mind-boggling. So that was a pretty cool exercise. I'm not going to necessarily do that again today. But I'd like to know is, do you guys think that this is a good price to buy TAT? I personally think, in our trading club, we like to buy in zones. And I personally think if we see this go below $3 or less in Canada, that is a very good indication of a good dip buy opportunity. Right now at these zones, it's a decent entry. I think if we're patient, we may see it go a little bit lower. We also may not. It's very possible it can go back up. There's a lot of catalysts coming in for the stock. So at any point in time, if those catalysts happen, we could definitely see the stock go higher. One of those catalysts is a NASDAQ listing. Obviously, a NASDAQ listing is enormous, right, for TAT. So that is something we're definitely watching. Francois says, down she goes, buy the dip though. Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of investors are doing. DMM says, let's go TAT 5,000 shares. All right. L says 2,000 shares. All right. Thank you guys for sharing your positions. Amanda, the Pip Queen, says, I agree. We've been well rewarded at $3. It just seems as though that's a very good, safe entry point for investors. The NASDAQ, yes, the NASDAQ. We're all waiting for the NASDAQ. L says 240 is a good low. Yeah, I think that if you can get in at that 240 to $3 zone, that's a really good, safe entry point based on how TAT has been trading over the last 6 months. That's where I feel more confident and safer about letting our club members and our community members and our community know about a good entry point, because it seems to fluctuate between that $3 and $4 price range. It'll go a little bit lower than 3, maybe as low as 240, and then it starts to get bought up, and then it'll go as high as 4, sometimes 5, and then it will sell back down to that 3 or 240 zone again, and then it moves back up again to that, $4 zone, maybe even 5 again, and then starts to sell off little by little. So we've seen this trend, and I always talk about the trend is your friend in the markets. We will see whether or not this trend continues, but if the trend continues as it has, I believe that that's a better entry point in those levels. Love to know if you guys agree with me, if you disagree with me. If you guys are looking to buy TAT, at what price are you looking to buy TAT? I'd love to know. All right, so that's their website, trytat.com. And you can see Shop TAT online here. You literally just click on that button and it gives you the ability to buy TAT. All right, so this is what TAT looks like. And like I said, if you're in America and you go to trytat.com, you can actually order a free pack of TAT. All right, Enrique says, I would love a $3 entry, though it seems 350 has a good support. Yeah, I mean, it seems that 350 has good support today, but previous to this, we were getting support at $4. Now we're getting support at 350. So if you see the trend, it's trending down. SkyTat says, sorry, AKTY Tat says, remember not even a year ago, we approved sales in Ohio. Now we are in more than 1,000 shops and in many events. Greetings from Germany. How are you, my friend? We love the investors of TAT in Germany. TAT absolutely loves Germany. All right, now what I want to do, I'm going to show you guys their other website right here. TAT Global right here. All right, TAT Global is their other website that breaks everything TAT down. Feel free to take a look at that site as well, TAT Global. DMM says, Rich, you are the only one I watch your videos all. You bring us all news and facts and explain exactly. You are amazing. One of us. Let's go, Rich. Let's go, TAT. Greetings from Germany. I appreciate you, my friend. We love the shareholders and investors in Germany. I love Germany so much that I feel like I need to come to Germany. And maybe one day I'll come to Germany with a bunch of TAT and we'll just hang out. How about that? Like, I think that would be cool. I am Portuguese, so I do have a Portuguese passport. And who knows, maybe I'll come to Portugal and come, visit Germany from Portugal, sooner rather than later. I would love to meet and greet with some of our investors in Germany that have supported TAT since day one. TAT's been a great winner for the community. Congratulations to investors. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about on the stock, though. I want to show you guys something, what I see when I look at the markets. All right. So I think it's extremely important as an investor to know zones, okay? So I want to show you guys, like TAT, currently at 348, keeps falling from these levels where it doesn't really get supported. You can see it's ripping through these lines. And we put these lines there on purpose because we want you to realize that these are points of support and resistance. And when they break the support, sometimes they go a lot further. And you can see that we've literally circled this zone because this is where we believe it is going. Now, we can't guarantee it. We don't know for a fact it's going there, but just based on what it's done previously, we think there's a very good chance it could. And you can see here in America. This is Taat in America, same kind of thing. And when we go to Germany, you can see that we're currently trading at 242 in Germany. So we are down in all three major markets. But I want to show you guys, and we'll just use the Canadian one, what I see. So this is a trend line. You can see the trend is down. So right now, it's clearly trending down, right? And if we go to arrow marker, you can see that this is where it came from, right? And it trended right down. See this trend down? So I think it's important that everybody understands like where the stock come from and where it's going and where it could potentially go from here. But I'm concerned because, yeah, it does make these moves, but I just think that it's making its move down right now. So you just, as a trader, I think you need to be aware of the fact that, it's making a lot of these moves and it seems to want to consistently do this, right? It consistently wants to do this, this move up and down, up and down. It's extremely choppy in the way it trades, and it makes these aggressive moves up. It doesn't hold, and then it comes back down. So as a trader, I think it's extremely important that you're aware of this. So like I would literally just draw another line here, right? I would draw another line right here where it is and say, okay, this is the point. This is the new point of support, 348. Will it drop below this? And if it does, then you just wait longer as an investor. This is what we teach in our trading club is if you see a stock is coming down, it doesn't mean it's a bad stock. It just means it's going down. So as an investor, you need to be aware of that. And you have to kind of learn to be patient when this is happening, because a lot of times we talk about the trend is your friend. And if something's trending down, you may want to wait. You don't want to chase a falling knife, because if something's going down, typically it will just keep going down. If something's going up with momentum alone, sometimes it just keeps going up. Eventually what goes down will come back up if the company is a good, solid company and growing. And if something's going up, it will eventually come back down, because nothing goes up forever. Not Amazon, not Facebook. You see Facebook going down today. Not Taat. Nothing goes up forever. Even though Taat has traded up 1,000% up in the last year and a bit, we can see now that for whatever reason, it doesn't hold these $4 levels. Now, if you ask me why it doesn't hold the $4 levels, in my opinion, a stock that's trading at $1 should have at least 10 million in revenue. A stock that's trading at $2 should have at least 20 million in revenue. A stock trading at $3 should have at least 30 million in revenue. A stock trading at $10 should have at least 100 million in revenue. And a stock trading at $100 should have at least $1 billion in revenue. This is my opinion. Sometimes the market doesn't necessarily trade like that, but that's kind of how I think, as just a simple way to look at the market. Well, when you look at Taat, you see a company that has growing revenue. You see a company that has a product that's growing worldwide. You see a product that is half the price of its competitors. You see a product that's doing tons of branding and advertising. And you see a stock that's trading up around 900%. So it's already been a huge success. But what is really lacking in Taat is the fundamentals are catching up to the excitement. So the revenue, even though the revenue is growing, the stock still has trouble holding those $4 or $5 levels, because it just doesn't have enough revenue yet to justify that price point. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not coming. I believe it is coming, and I think it's going to come faster than a lot of people think. But until they can actually get to 50 or 100 million in revenue, which is going to take some time, you're going to see this volatility in the stock. So I think that's what's going on in the stock. That's my own opinion. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Do you think I'm right in my analogy? Do you think I'm wrong in my analogy? But I feel like the reason why Taat is traded so well and is up 900%, despite the fact that their revenue is still just in the early stages, is because of the excitement and the potential of the company. And I think investors want to get in because they recognize that this is a company that has an incredible future. So the stock is trading probably higher than it should based on its revenue and its fundamentals, but probably where it should be based on its future potential and growth. That's why I feel like this $3 to $4 range seems to be where it's going to stay for now until their revenue really becomes more robust, at which point in time I think we will see the stock trade higher. I also think that the NASDAQ listing will be another huge catalyst. So the stock going down is going to attract more investors that didn't get in last time, and they'll be able to buy the dips so that the next big rip up, which will most likely be either revenue, acquisitions, mergers and acquisitions, or it'll be a NASDAQ listing where we'll see another room for an opportunity for investors to get in for the win, which I think you'll see a lot of investors will pile in if you see the stock get to that $3 zone or lower. I think you're going to see a lot of investors pile in again because that's what they've been doing historically around those levels. So you can see we're just stuck here at 348. All right, so I just want to clean up the chart once again, and I want to show you guys what Taat has done. So if we go to Taat and we look at its all-time history, you can clearly see that Taat has been a huge, huge, huge winner, okay? So you could see here when we first started, and they were actually at 41 cents. And we can take a look at the trend line. Oh. You can look at the trend line. So if you just look at the trend line of Taat from day one, when it started at 41 cents, and it's come up all the way to where it is today at 348, you can clearly see it's been holding this trend. So if you think about that, and then you zoom in a little bit, yeah, I made this move here, made this move here, made this move here, made this move here. But every single time it makes these moves, it comes back down. So as an investor, you need to be aware of that. Yeah, it's made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 distinct moves over $4. So as an investor, you need to be aware of that. It's made 5 distinct moves over $4. Check this out. All right, $4. So it's made all these moves to this zone, and then every time it gets to this zone, it starts seeing pressure. So as an investor, you need to be aware of that. You need to know, hey, every time this stock gets in this zone, it gets pressure. You have to be aware of that. You really need to be aware of that. So equally, every time it gets to the zone, it comes back down. Let's go trend line again. So it hits that $4 plus zone, comes back down. Hits the 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 $4 plus zone, comes back down. This is what it does. This is what it does. So as an investor, why would this change? Like, what would make this change? So clearly, this is just what it does. This is how it trades. 31K shares? Wow, that's a lot of shares. That's a huge amount of shares. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing your share position. Anom Unterweg says, hey, Rich, I like you and your support. Thanks. When can you finally buy cigarettes in Germany or merchandise? That would be so cool. Greetings from Germany. Great questions. I'm going to do my best to ask Setti, and hopefully he'll have some answers for us. But I really appreciate your guys' questions. Keep dropping them in my chat, and I will ask as many of these questions as I can when Setti joins us in about 18 minutes or less. Paul K says, you're great, Rich. Please ask Setti. I can't read German. So I don't know what you're saying there, brother. But if someone can interpret, that would be great, and I'll do my best to ask. All right. And Matt says, I have 2,000 shares now and buy a few more every month. I would like to know how the reorders are going. Okay. Very good. I'll ask that question. Thank you for sharing. And I think that's a good way to trade Taat. Just buy on dips. And especially if you can get it in under that $3 mark or lower in Canada, wherever that is priced at the United States and in Germany, I think that's the zone where investors should be considering getting in. What about follow-up orders, example, Ohio percentage? Okay, I'll do my best to ask that. Paul says, you're great, Rich. There was no NR because of the quarterly figures, so I'm speculating on big news very soon. Please ask Setti for the status of NASDAQ. Germany's waiting for Taat. Okay, I'll do my best. I'll do my best to ask as many questions as possible. So I just want to remind you guys that Rich TV Live and Rich Picks Daily is strictly for information and education purposes. Please do your due diligence, do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about or discuss here on Rich TV Live. Now, I want to show you guys same idea here in America. So around the 318 mark, it struggles to hold those levels, and typically you will see it fall lower than that to around where we are here, or even lower to here. So in my opinion, if you're looking to buy Taat in America, you want to get in at around 235 or less. That seems like the zone that's a decent entry point. We're right now at 276. So this is a decent entry point. You can see it's been much higher many times. But I also think if you're patient, we may see it go a little bit lower, which would be an even better entry point. And same thing goes in Germany. So we're going to mark the zones so you can see the highs and the lows. Love to help all of our fellow investors. You can see it doesn't hold 338 zone. It always comes back down. But it seems to get support at 247. So as an investor in Germany, if you can buy it at 247 or lower, that seems to be the zone where it typically gets support and people are buying the stock. And 338 or higher is typically where it gets resistance and people are selling the stock. So you can see we're right now at 242. So this might be a decent entry point for Taat in Germany, but we may even see it go lower. Maybe we see it go back to $2 right here, where it seems to get a lot of support. So between $2 and 240 would be a decent buy zone, in my opinion, for Taat in Germany. In fact, let me see if I can get these zones marked off for you guys. All right. So this is what I would consider is the buy zone in Germany. So that would be kind of like the buy zone in Germany. And in the United States, I'd call this the buy zone. And guys, if you would like to learn how to trade like this is what we do in our trading club. And you guys can go to richpicksdaily.com and you can literally learn how to trade just like this, which is how we teach our members how to trade in our trading club. Currently at 350 in the US, but I would like to mark the buy zone around here. That's typically where we have it marked off in our trading club, is around that the $2.60 to $3 mark in Canada is typically where we think it's a decent buy. Let's clean that up again, and let's just mark it up again. So let's go up here. And you guys should do this as well, just to get in the habit of learning zones. So high zones right here. Points of resistance where you see it sells off, and then points of support where it starts to get buying pressure, typically around $3. All right, and then the bottom of the zone is right here. Oops. That's the bottom of the zone. So between $2 to $3 is where we feel comfortable that this is a decent buy zone. There we go. So that would be what we would consider our buy zone. And you can see it is right at 350. So it looks like it's going to go fall right into our buy zone. They could bring in big news tomorrow, and that could change everything. Just that based on what it's done previously, we've seen it do this over and over and over again. So you have to assume that it could do it again. I'm not saying it will, but I mean, that's just what it does, right? So, typically these trends stay true. And you're going to see this for stocks that are very volatile, that are new, that are up and coming, that have growth potential. And these are the types of stocks in the small cap space that we love here at Rich TV Live and Rich Picks Daily. And we found a lot. I mean, we can go through them all, but I mean, my goodness, have we found a lot of 10 baggers here on Rich TV Live. It's been a pretty incredible run for us. Pretty incredible run. Wow, we got over 50 people here. Thank you guys for joining us live and interactive. Okay, Wearly Extreme says, hey, Rich, I'm from Germany. I quit smoking with Taat. Wow. I smoked for 25 years and never could stop. So it works and it's amazing. I also have 25,000 shares. Wow. Congratulations on quitting smoking and having a huge position on Taat. The Investment ABC says, did ADCO make a reorder in Ohio? You know what? I'll do my best to find out from Setti. Thank you for your question. Co says, please ask Setti. Taat in Canada will be distributed by Christina Lake Cannabis. Can you ask Setti what that relationship is like and if CLC partakes in any of Taat's secret formula? Okay, that's a good question. Sandra Wirth says, can you please point Setti to the Detroit Auto Show? The car looks incredible. Are there any talks with 7-Eleven and possibly info on UFC? All right, that's a lot of questions there, Sandra. I'll do my best to ask them all. Thank you for putting your question in the chat, and I appreciate you guys. If you guys like these videos, it really helps the YouTube algorithm if you smash the like button, comment on the videos, share the videos while we're live. We will have Setti Coscalella, the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, joining us any moment. In 10 minutes or less, we will be live with the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, Setti Coscalella, and we'd love to have your questions, any concerns, comments, put them in the chat. I'll do my best to ask Setti all of those questions as they get delivered to me in the chat. Do you think the course is influenced by the American stock market? I think that everything is influenced by the American stock market. Enrique says, Rich, could you ask Setti for an update on the NASDAQ? Absolutely. Thank you, Enrique. And I appreciate you being a part of our trading club. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, go and subscribe to Rich TV Live. And if you'd like to join our trading club, We have members from all over the world trading with us and winning. Go to richpicksdaily.com. You can join absolutely free. You can even get free cash and prizes just for chatting about stocks like TAT on richpicksdaily.com. And if you're a VIP member, you get more rewards, more money, more learning and education. We've got our proprietary training and education information live for VIP members 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on richpicksdaily.com, where we have over 80 hours of trading education on richpicksdaily.com. Guys, I could sit here all day and talk about all the picks that have gone up 1,000%. TAT's one of them, just so you guys know. We got TAT. We got Standard Lithium. We have Humble, which was TSNP. Well, that went up thousands of percent. We've got, who else? Who else has gone up 1,000%? So many of our picks. Moderna is one of our picks. They're up 10x. We have so many 10x picks that have gone up 1,000% or more. And we're going to Mind Medicine. We brought that pick. They've gone up 10x. So pick after pick after pick after pick that we've identified first that have gone up 1,000% or more. And in my opinion, we are just getting started. I'm becoming a better trader. Our community of investors are becoming better traders. We're becoming more wealthy as we continue to win with all of these great picks. And as we continue to win and we continue to become better traders, we're becoming more profitable. We're winning more. We're identifying better opportunities, better companies, and that's contagious. We'd love to have you guys join our club where you too can learn how to become a profitable trader. We know there's a lot of influencers out there. We know there's a lot of people out there talking stocks. We know there's a lot of people out there talking cryptos. But I put my money where my mouth is. I invest in stocks. I invest in cryptos. I talk stocks and cryptos 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I live in the markets. We're all over stocks. We're all over cryptos. We're all over DeFi. We're all over IPOs. We're all over trending topics. And we talk about all the stocks, from the biggest stocks in the world to the smallest stocks in the world and everything in between. So I think because of that, we are becoming, in my opinion, the #1 community in the world for investing. And if you're a young investor and you're into cryptos, great, so am I. If you're an older investor and you're into stocks and you want to do mining stocks, well, guess what? So am I. So we think we've got a great angle on the markets, and I think we're just going to continue to get better. I really do. Setti will be live with us in 6 minutes or less. Stay tuned. We will have Setti Coscalella joining us live. Now, we've got like 50 people here. It really helps if we get our likes up. Can you guys smash the like button so as many investors as possible that believe and own or are thinking about buying TAT can get in on the stock and learn directly from the CEO of the company, Setti Coscalella, who has been a huge catalyst himself for this company. In fact, Setti has to be one of our most impressive CEOs that we've had on our show. He speaks very, very well. He's very confident. He works hard. He has investors all over the world talking about him. I have people messaging me every day asking me questions about Setti, and there's investors that are extremely impressed with him. So I think Setti's done a very good job representing TAT. Can I ask Setti for an update on patents? Absolutely. I'm going to do my best to ask Setti as many questions as I can while he is live with us, and he should be joining us any minute. Literally, Setti Coscalella, the CEO of TAT, should be joining us any minute, guys. Pretty excited about it. Okay, you can see that TAT is currently trading at 350. In Canada, down 7.6%. Now, the markets overall are down. There's a lot of selling pressure in the markets today. A lot of people are saying that it's because of the debt ceiling in America. There's a lot of discussions about what America is going to do about the debt ceiling. That has affected the market today overall on a global scale. The only things that are really seeing some price appreciation as a sector, for the most part, are oil and gas stocks. Natural gas and oil stocks are doing well for the most part. But outside of that, we're seeing a lot of selling pressure in the markets today. Mind you, markets have been choppy. Friday, the markets exploded. We had an epic green day. And here we are on Monday, and we're having a red day. So we're having this choppy market that we've had for months now, where we have a good day, we have a bad day. We have a bad day, we have a good day. We have 2 bad days. Everyone says, here comes the crash. And then we have 2 good days and says, oh, here comes the bull market. And the next day's bad. I mean, this is the way the market's been. The market's been like this for months. I believe that we are setting up for another bull market. I think it's coming soon. And I'm not really worried about this selling pressure whatsoever. Why is the accounts receivable greater than the Q3 sales? Is no one paying for their past shipments in Q2? No, I think that the accounts receivable is bigger than the Q3 sales because that means that there's money coming in. And they just haven't booked those revenues on the balance sheet yet, which is bullish for the company as it grows quarter over quarter. Am I invested in Taat too? No, I'm not. Taat is a client. We make it a priority here on Rich TV Live and Rich Pigs Daily to stay compliant. So we try to stay away from investing in companies that we talk about consistently. And because we talk about Taat consistently, we just like to stay away from the stock. Now, do I wish I could buy Taat? Absolutely. Do I wish I owned them? Absolutely. I could have bought them at 41 cents. But Rich TV Live and Rich Pigs Daily is bigger than just investing in one company. We invest in lots of companies. I personally invest in lots of companies. And if you'd like to learn what I'm invested in, you can join our trading club where our members know exactly what I'm buying and selling every single day. All right, we should have Setti joining us any moment. Getting very excited. I'm always excited to speak with Setti Coscalella, the CEO of Taat Global Alternatives, and he should be joining us literally any minute. So if you guys have any questions, please put in the chat. I'll do my best to ask those questions to Setti as he joins us, and he should literally be joining us any minute. Copper Bank is looking good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of copper. I think mining stocks right now are at 52-week lows. I think copper stocks are poised. I did bring you guys a copper stock today, Kavu Mining Corp. It's doing well. It's been doing extremely well since I brought it first. Copper is one of the key metals used in electric vehicles. I'm a big fan of copper stocks, and I'm a big fan of mining stocks at these levels. Gold stocks across the board are at 52-week lows. So oil and gas is hot, but outside of that, gold, copper, silver, metals across the board, really at good levels. They might go lower, but I think that this is a place where investors should at least consider positioning themselves in miners. Oh, look at what we got. Hello, Setti. How are you?
Good, Rich. How you doing? I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, I don't know why I'm having problems hearing this. 1 second. How about now, Setti? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I don't know why I can't hear you. Weird. Give me 1 second. Hey, Setti, can you speak?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I don't know why I'm not hearing you. Okay, guys, I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to come right back right now so we can. Setti can hear me?
Yep.
You guys can hear Setti? I can't hear Setti. Okay. Let me just end this stream and I'm going to come right back. Okay, guys, give me 1 second.